What if I told you that the most politically charged, culturally significant, historically important halftime show in Super Bowl history just happened, and some people still tried to pretend it didn't matter? On February 8th, 2026, Bad Bunny walked out onto that stage at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, and the world responded. 128.2 million viewers watched his halftime performance live in the United States alone. But that's not even the number that broke the internet. Within 24 hours of the performance, Bad Bunny's halftime show had accumulated 4.157 billion views across global broadcast, YouTube, and social media platforms. The Super Bowl halftime show has not always been what it is today. For decades, it was marching bands, classic rock acts, and safe, broadly palatable American entertainment designed to offend nobody and challenge nothing. It was the kind of entertainment that existed to fill 15 minutes between football and not much else. Then Michael Jackson changed everything in 1993. He stood still for 90 seconds while 100 million people held their breath, and the halftime show became must-see television overnight. From that moment forward, the show understood it had power, real cultural power, and the artists who performed it best were the ones who understood that power and used it intentionally. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez in 2020, Beyoncé in 2013, Prince in 2007. These weren't just concerts. They were statements. And every single country in the Americas, from Chile in the south to Canada in the north, ending on Puerto Rico. This was not a man performing at America. This was a man performing for the Americas. All of them, in one breath. He made history as the first artist ever to perform the Super Bowl halftime show entirely in Spanish. And he did it without apology, without compromise, and without watering down a single element of who he is or where he comes from. Now, let's talk about the backlash. Because it was loud, and it matters. President Donald Trump called the performance absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever on social media, saying it was a slap in the face to our country, and that there was nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show. Turning Point USA organized a counter-programming event they called the All-American Halftime Show, featuring Kid Rock and a lineup of country artists, designed specifically as an alternative to Bad Bunny's performance. That counter show peaked at around 6 million viewers on YouTube. Bad Bunny had 4 billion. Critics tied his all-Spanish performance directly to the ongoing national debate about immigration and the role of Spanish language in American public life. Some viewers complained online that they couldn't understand the words. Others linked the show to people who were angry. It was designed for the 62 million Spanish speakers in the United States who had never once seen themselves centered on that stage. Spanish language viewership peaked during the halftime show at 4.8 million viewers on Telemundo, making it the most watched Super Bowl halftime in Spanish language broadcast history. People who had never watched the Super Bowl halftime show tuned in because of him. Because for the first time, it was for them. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell defended the choice before and after the show, saying, "Bad Bunny is one of the great artists in the world, and that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, that this platform is used to unite people, to bring people together with creativity and talent. And Bad Bunny himself had said something before the show that now reads like a prophecy. He said that just being there was the political message. He didn't need to give a speech. He didn't need to translate himself. He showed up completely, unapologetically, in full, and let 4 billion people decide what they thought." A Yahoo/YouGov poll conducted shortly after the game found that 42% of respondents said Bad Bunny better represented America, compared to 39%. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez's 2020 Super Bowl performance, 2 Latin women, a pole, a Colombian flag, a Puerto Rican flag, children in cages as a statement on immigration policy. That performance opened a door that had been sealed for a very long time. It said, "Latin artists belong on this stage, and they belong here on their terms." Bad Bunny kicked that door completely off its hinges. And now the question is, who comes next? Because what Bad Bunny proved on February 8th is that the Super Bowl halftime show is no longer exclusively an American cultural institution in the traditional sense. It is a global platform, and global platforms belong to global artists. The infrastructure is there. The appetite is proven. The audience is ready. Latino culture led the way. And now the conversation is already turning to what comes next. K-pop has a billion-strong global fan base that has never seen itself represented. 2. What does the world deserve to see? The Guardian called his performance a powerful, detail-packed tribute to his history. Entertainment Weekly wrote that his final message, always believe in yourself, shone brighter than any fireworks. 4 billion views, a global record, an entirely Spanish performance on the most watched stage in the world, political fury from the highest office in the country, and a message on the stadium board that said, "The only thing more powerful than hate is love." Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio stood on that stage and said all of that, without speaking a single word of English. And 4 billion people understood.